Yeah, it was a good team win for us. Obviously a little sloppy. I think there were 37 field goals in the game and 34 turnovers, so that's never great. But a lot of that has to do with UCCS's defense. They're just very talented, long, athletic team that really rotates to the basketball. And so they certainly cause lots of problems, which they've been doing all year for teams. And so, it was the nature of the game. But it's just great for this young group to, every circumstance we've been in, they've found ways to survive it and make plays down the stretch. And we did that again on Saturday.
Yeah, you kind of got an interesting matchup on Saturday playing MSU Denver and Colorado Christian again.
Mm-hmm.
Two guys with you today didn't get a chance to play in those games. What are going to be kind of the keys to this weekend's matchups?
Yeah, well, first we're excited to have these two back and going again, and it's exciting to have the depth and the versatility that they're going to provide for us. So we're looking forward to having them a part of it. And then obviously I think there's lots of challenges. Part of it is just going on the road. Part of it is anytime you beat somebody at home and then you have to go to their place, they're going to be highly motivated. And then obviously the attention with some of the national, the polling and us off to a good start is going to create a target on our back on the road for these teams as well. So one is the teams will be highly motivated. Two is it's very difficult places to play. And then three, both teams have improved dramatically since the first time we saw them. So it'll be a big challenge for us.
Questions?
I know you've got the scouting report on everybody, but the way last week's game switched opponents at the last minute, trying to communicate a different scouting report to the guys in a day, looked like they handled it for the most part.
Yeah, because we kind of started, because we were going to play UCCS on Monday. So that week before, we'd been preparing for them. And so we kind of had to just have a refresher. And then we actually had two practices going in. And so I think it was enough time to get ready. And I think, honestly, the forcing guys to be versatile and be able to adjust on the fly is part of this season. And I think it's just good practice for us to be able to switch gears and be able to handle a different style and a different team on short notice. I think it just helps us get ready for the tournament.
So, Blaise, when you got hurt initially, you came into the game the next day, and we know you looked like the saddest human on the face of the earth. Your whole face, you could just tell you were not happy. Yeah. How hard was it? The hot start this team's gotten on, and you're excited to get going, and then you got to sit for 3 weeks plus Christmas.
Yeah, about 5 weeks in total
5
so
weeks,
far.
Yeah. How hard was it to just kind of be patient and know that you're going to be okay?
It was definitely difficult knowing because I was super ready before a couple weeks prior. I felt really good. My body felt good. I was feeling in rhythm. And the day before, separated my shoulder on my teammate. Coming the next day, I wasn't quite sure what it was at first. I didn't know if it was separated shoulder or what it was, and then I found out it was. So I looked up a bunch of stuff about it, and it said a couple weeks out, which really hurt my mental. But to uplift my guys on the bench was pretty cool. Like, it felt good to see everybody win, go on the road, win. It was good to know that I can get back in rotation to help when I get back. So I'm trying to get back still, but yeah.
Hard to keep your emotions in check
last
weekend?
It was difficult. It was definitely difficult on the road because I just felt like I could do so much stuff. Just seeing stuff that I could have done and that I know I would have done on the floor was definitely difficult. But, just being the biggest, number one cheerleader was pretty cool. So, yeah.
So, Jared, senior year, you get ready and all of a sudden it's like it doesn't feel right. And I know, it was kind of hard to kind of figure out exactly what was going on with your leg and your knee, but to see the young kids kind of take that mantle that you guys kind of set last year had to have been exciting, and also let me get back out there and help them a little bit.
Oh yeah, it was honestly like a humbling experience almost, just because I thought that we had done so much and learned so much to get to the point we were at, and then just to see these guys catch on so quick. It was dang, there are really some good players out there, you know what I mean? And I'm glad they're here. And that was just really cool to see, and just kind of taking that step back and being on the sideline and getting to see everything from a different perspective. Honestly, I feel like I learned a lot throughout that time. So as much as it sucked, honestly, to not be able to play and not be able to do all that stuff, I feel like I took the most advantage of it by making it a learning experience, and then also helping out those guys as much as I could, just giving them pointers, stuff I could see, and stuff that it's hard to see from the floor, but now I could see it from I was on the sideline. I'll just let them know that, and kind of just worked it that way and made sure that I was still getting something out of it. But now that I can actually kind of get out there with them again, it's a great feeling. Like, I love basketball, so anytime I get to play, I'm going to be happier.
Just don't get out there and mess up the cohesion that they've got, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because they got something rolling right now. So if I can just plug myself in and help, that's all I want to do.
Actually, you kind of just said I was going to ask you, does that kind of, you think you can turn into a positive using almost like a coach's perspective from you noticed, you said you saw something on the court?
Yeah, seeing definitely the pace of the game is the biggest difference for me, going from high school to college. Just seeing the pace and being able to adjust visually and visualize what I'm going to do before I go out there and do it was a big factor for me. And just seeing my guys go out there and compete and put a load to the ball on defense, do stuff defensively that I'm not used to doing is big time. So just trying to adjust all that and, like Jerry said, not going out there and being a distraction, but being a plus to what we have going on is pretty big. So yeah.
It looks like you and Christopher can really make a nice rotation.
Yeah.
You're both solid players. You bring something different.
Yeah.
Can you kind of see teams adjusting to, oh wait, we're not real sure what this guy's going to bring?
I mean, yeah, I feel like me and Christopher will always, these next couple of years, will have a big impact on the floor because we both do different things. He's more of a athletic slasher guy. I'm kind of the IQ guy, so I think we both can mesh together and bring a big backcourt to the team throughout the next years. When the seniors graduate, we'll still have a big process rolling, so it'll be cool to see.
Mike, and I know, number 9 in the nation, and you won the tournament last year. And, every coach kind of has a timeline in his head when he takes over a program. Is this, I know you're not done,
Yeah.
but
Well,
faster?
honestly, I didn't really have a timeline. I was a golfer when I was young, and every time I got to like the 18th tee, I'm like, you know what, if I make a birdie here, I might shoot a, whatever. Like, I had the worst hole. So I just really try to stay in the moment, coach the guys as best we can, and then just try to, in recruiting, just trying to recruit really good people that we think, not only fit our style, but fit each other. And so I'm really pleased with how this whole thing's worked out. And thankful for the opportunity, and CMU just has so much to offer. It's a place that you can absolutely build quality programs, as we've seen throughout the athletic department. So I'm thankful for the guys and how committed they've been to what we're doing, and the fact that CMU's helped us attract really quality players and their commitment to our system and the success we're having. But there's always going to be up and down and ups and downs, and we're just going to take it day by day and do the best we can.
If I could add to that, I really wanted to tell Coach how much I respect him for the way that he's kind of approached this, because he even said something a couple of days ago that really hit home with me. Like, once you get nationally ranked and you're undefeated and all these things, like, you kind of start thinking of it as like something we got to protect. But he kind of like brought us back into that day-by-day approach, which got us to where we are. Like, if you come at every single day like with a growth mindset, like you want to get better and make something happen, then that's the way you can do it. If you're sitting there thinking about, well, and if we win this game and then we win the next game and the game after that, then our rankings will be here, then it gets real tough, because it's a lot of things on your mind. But he's really good at getting us, okay, here's today, this is what we're doing for practice, we got to get better at this, and this. Okay, this game is tomorrow, this is what we're going to focus on, we're going to get better at this, and this. And then that approach has honestly just skyrocketed this program. And so I think that's one of the main things that's helped us get to where we are.
Well, it can be easy when it's a team that hasn't been ranked for a while. Plus, you've got a lot of young kids that, you can get caught up in things. I was going to ask kind of how you guys just kind of keep it a little more real.
I would say by exactly that, just kind of coach keeping our focus right where it needs to be, because, we got people all over the board here. I'm 23 years old, Blaise is 18, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes we're goofy, sometimes we're this, we're that, but Coach has a great way of just letting us know, like, hey, we're getting a little bit loose, or hey, we need to calm down a little bit, hey, we're looking too far ahead. And it's just kind of like him just guiding us right to where we need to be. So as long as we just keep listening and stay in tune with him, then I think we'll be fine.
Are the seniors and the older guys kind of helping you guys along with that process too?
Yeah, I feel like they've definitely helped me mature on the court and also off the court. Kind of like Coach said, when he looks to recruit players, he looks at not just how good of a basketball player you are, but also how good of a person you are off the court. Because I remember he asked me about a recruit a couple of weeks ago, and the thing that really took away from it was that he said he didn't ask me oh, how good is he on the court? He said what type of person he is off the court. So I feel like he recruits really well, and the seniors giving me leadership, showing me different defensive concepts. Like me and Jared were just talking about after practice, because I was like, I'm still not fully getting all the defensive concepts. He was just showing me, he said, if it's a team effort, we can get it done. So just them showing me the leadership and the step-by-step things they show me is really big to me, and it's helped me a lot.
Coach, you mentioned before recruiting winners. You know, we're talking about recruitment and stuff. Do you feel like that kind of mentality when it comes to recruiting has helped you guys reap those rewards now at this point, kind of keeping an even keel?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the expectation, particularly of, Jared's won at junior college. They had a tremendous success. Blaise, you went to the state tournament, didn't you, every year, all 4 years? Yeah. And so, all these guys have won. And if you look at like Christopher Spell and Reese Johnson, I mean, Christopher Spell can't remember the last time he lost the game. It was 2018 since the last time he lost, So, and Reese hasn't lost since his junior year. And so, it really does help having guys that have that expectation. And my first couple head coaching jobs, I took over programs that institutionally they were struggling in sort of all athletic programs, and there really was this expectation that teams lose. And so it's very difficult to break that. It is one of the great things about CMU is there is an expectation institutionally. You go to fall sports, they all win. You go to winter sports, they all win. And so it creates this expectation. And then if you get the right people on board, you can really there's really no limit to what you can accomplish. So.
All right, question of the week.
All right.
Favorite sports movie?
That's tough.
Blaise, what do you got?
Which one, right?
Loving basketball.
Oh, come on. You got it or me?
Mine's Hoosiers, but I bet you about half these guys haven't even seen it.
I've seen Hoosiers a
Have
million
you seen
times.
Hoosiers?
Hoosiers
Matt
is big
Grineker
time.
never seen Hoosiers. Isn't that funny? Yeah.
Oh, he's
So,
a guy.
I
got
The same thing.
I got to go with the classic Space Jam.
There you go.
I've seen that a million
Yeah.
times, so that's top for me.